Hello everyone, Social Coach Michael Knight here, and I just got back from a very fun week in Boston where I visited places such as Harvard and MIT. Now, I have a lot of clients that have either attended such institutions or work there now, and in general, I have a really, let's say, traditionally intellectual client base. A lot of my clients are very well educated, gone to very prestigious places, work in very large companies now, but they all have trouble when it comes to communicating effectively or being able to form relationships, create attraction, etc. Now, the point of this video isn't to hate on or criticize people who have attended such places. I myself graduated from an Ivy League school, and I myself suffered from almost all the same issues while I was there. The point of this video is just to make you aware of what these issues are that are so common among people who attend such universities. But before we get into it, please remember to like and subscribe, since that'll do me a huge favor when it comes to helping me grow this channel. The first issue arises due to the people often being very logical, linear thinkers. They're always coming to me thinking there's some secret formula that can be applied to social interactions. They're like, Michael, what is X, Y, and Z that I can do to get A, B, and C as a result? Thinking that it could work every time as long as they perfect the way they speak or perfect the way they communicate. But that's not how social interactions work. It's not some perfectly deterministic mathematical system where you can always get Z out as long as you put A in. This really should be obvious given the randomness factor involved with every single person and every single social interaction being a very unique experience. And while there's no secret formula, there are some fundamental principles that if you learn and apply them, you're going to see a dramatic improvement in your results. All these principles are listed in depth in my book, which if you're interested in, you can find link to in the description below. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. It's not just the action you do, but where the action comes from. Anything you do that comes off as being unauthentic normally only makes you look worse. The next common issue is that they think that preparing for a social interaction is the same as preparing for an exam. They think that the more time that they spend studying and memorizing and acquiring knowledge is going to help them perform. And while there's a little bit of truth to that, learning social interaction is much more like learning an instrument or learning a sport. It takes practice, it takes application. If you're sitting in front of a computer all day, just learning things and not actually interacting with people, it's no surprise that your social skills are going to atrophy. The next issue arises with being able to communicate on an emotional level and not just a logical level. You can't logically convince another person to like you or find you attractive. They have to feel it. And this also ties into yet another issue, which is qualification. Often these people's whole lives have just consisted of taking exams, earning certificates, getting diploma. That's their way of qualifying themselves and proving their value to the world. That's what they're getting rewarded for. But when it comes to creating attraction, when it comes to making friends, making relationships, these certificates aren't going to help you. And just trying to prove yourself, being like, well, I went to Harvard, or I graduated from MIT, or I got an A in this class. Trying to actually qualify yourself to other person often only makes you look less attractive because you're coming off as trying to impress. You don't show that you're confident with who you are. You feel like your value is tied to these external things instead of just feeling that you're good enough as you are with your inherent intrinsic value. These people also often come from such environments where they're told, just do what we say, follow all the rules, and you'll be rewarded in the end. Just make your parents happy. Just make your teachers happy, and you'll be rewarded. That is how you can earn our love and admiration. However, trying to buy or barter for love or attraction never works. And the final issue has to do with all these safe space environments that are popping up across all American campuses where people are afraid of offending anybody. A little bit of friction in a conversation is a good thing. It lets the other person know that you're not just telling them what they think they want to hear, so they can actually trust what you're saying as being honest. Having your own ideals, values, beliefs that you're willing to stand up for is an attractive trait. If you're too petrified to ever let another person know your honest interest or intentions, then nothing will ever happen. If you can identify with some of the traits that I just went over, and you want to work to improve your social skills so that you don't live some subpar social life, there's an application for one-on-one coaching with me, linked to in the description below. A big shout out and thanks to my Patreon subscribers. Please consider becoming one if you haven't already. And like always, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, ciao.